June 13th, 2025. The morning in Ahmedabad was a little different from usual. Monsoon clouds floated across the sky, but the rain had not yet arrived. At Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, crowds of passengers had gathered since early morning. Ramesh, along with his brother Ajay, had arrived at the airport at 10 a.m. The joy of traveling to London was clearly visible on their faces. Ramesh, now a British citizen, was taking his brother to London for the first time. "Brother, I have so much to show you in London," Ramesh had said at the check-in counter of the Thames River, Big Ben, Buckingham Palace. "Everything." Ajay, going abroad for the very first time, was full of excitement. At check-in, Ramesh was allotted seat 11A, an emergency exit seat. He did not know at that time that this seat would save his life. In another corner of the airport sat a family from Gloucester, Akhil Namababa, his wife Hannah Baragri, and their daughter Sarah. They had come to India to visit relatives and were now returning home. Akhil scrolled through pictures on his phone. "Look how beautiful these are. We'll show them to everyone in London." Nearby, 72-year-old Adam Tayu from Blackburn sat with his 70-year-old wife Hasina, their son-in-law. Altaf Hussain Patel, who lived in London, was traveling with them. At 12:30 p.m., boarding was announced for Air India Flight AI-171 to London. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner, 11 years old and with over 700 flights in the last year, stood ready. Captain Rayesh Sharma and co-pilot Anil Mehta had completed all pre-flight checks. Both were highly experienced and had flown this route many times. "Everything looks good," Captain Sharma said. "The weather's clear, it'll be a smooth flight to London." Chief Cabin Attendant Priya Nair briefed her team. "Today we have 242 passengers. Take extra care of the elderly and children." Passengers boarded one by one. Ramesh and Ajay reached their seats. Sitting at 11A, Ramesh carefully read the emergency exit instructions. Akhil's family settled in and little Sarah looked out of the window. At 1:30 p.m., the aircraft taxied to the runway. Faces were lit with excitement. Some passengers took last photos on their phones. Others messaged family before departure. Ramesh texted his wife, "We'll be back soon after I show Ajay London." Akhil messaged his friends, "Heading back to London. Wonderful trip to India." The cabin crew began the safety demonstration. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Air India." Priya Nair's voice came over the intercom. "Please fasten your seatbelts and keep your seats upright." Captain Sharma requested takeoff clearance. AI-171 cleared for takeoff, the control tower responded. "Roger, AI-171 cleared for takeoff," Sharma acknowledged. The plane accelerated. Engines roared. Passengers felt the usual nervousness of takeoff. At 1:39 p.m., the aircraft lifted off. At first, everything seemed normal. The plane climbed, Ahmedabad shrinking below. Ramesh and Ajay looked out in excitement, but suddenly something went wrong. A strange sound came from the plane. Some passengers felt unusual vibrations. Warning lights flashed in the cockpit. "Something's not right," Sharma told his co-pilot. Within 30 seconds of takeoff, the situation deteriorated. The aircraft could only climb to 625 feet, dangerously low for a normal takeoff. Captain Sharma immediately declared an emergency. "Mayday, Mayday. AI-171 emergency." But communication broke off. Inside, panic spread. Children cried, passengers clutched their seats. Priya Nair tried to calm them. "Please remain seated, stay calm," she said, but fear was clear in her voice. In the cockpit, Sharma and Mehta fought desperately to control the aircraft. But its weight and speed overpowered them. Below lay the Meghani Nagar area of Ahmedabad, home to BJ Medical College and Civil Hospital. At that moment, doctors and medical students were having lunch in their hostel's dining hall. At 1:40 p.m., just 1 minute after takeoff, Flight AI-171 crashed into the doctor's hostel. A deafening explosion, black smoke rising into the sky. People ran out of their homes, staring at the horror. The aircraft's wreckage tore through the dining hall's roof where around 50 students and doctors were eating. Plates of half-eaten food were left behind, drowned in screams. Dean Meenakshi Parekh recalled, "At first I thought it was a bomb. When I ran outside, I saw a huge hole in the hostel roof and fire everywhere. Some survived by leaping from windows." A mother later said, "My son jumped from the second floor. He was injured but alive. I screamed, but thank God he lived." Amid the wreckage, Seat 11A became a lifeline. "At first, I thought I was dead," Ramesh later told reporters from his hospital bed. "There was fire, smoke, noise everywhere, but I realized I was still breathing. I unbuckled my seatbelt and saw a small opening. The crash had broken the emergency exit door near his seat. Unlike other sections, this part hadn't been crushed entirely. I saw a way out. I called a J, but there was no answer. I wanted to find him, but the fire was spreading. Finally, I chose to escape." Emergency services rushed in, fire brigades, ambulances, police. "We sent 15 fire engines immediately," said the fire chief. BBC reporter Rox Gagdekar nearby recalled, "People ran to save whoever they could. Bodies were being pulled out of the debris. It was heartbreaking." Hospitals declared an emergency. Doctors faced the unimaginable, treating their own colleagues and students. "We lost 4 medical students and 4 doctors' family members," said Dean Parekh.